Federal High Court in Nigeria has granted an order to the Country Anti-Corruption Police, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to freeze the bank accounts of 1,146 individuals and companies trading on Forex in a suspicious manner, aiding, facilitating money laundering and terrorism. EFCC in a statement few minutes ago, said the suspected individuals and companies are currently under investigation. The statement reads thus: Justice Emeka White of the Federal High Court Abuja, on 24 April 2024 granted the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, an interim order to freeze 1,146 bank accounts belonging to individuals and companies being investigated for alleged offenses bordering on unauthorized dealing in forex exchange, money laundering and terrorism financing. The judge ordered that the accounts be frozen, pending conclusion of investigation. While ruling on a motion moved by the EFCC counsel, Ikele Iheanacho, the judge stated that an order of this honorable court is hereby made freezing the bank accounts stated in the schedule below, which accounts are owned by various individuals who are currently being investigated in a case involving the offenses of unauthorized dealing in foreign exchange, money laundering and terrorism financing, to the extent that the investigation will be for a period of 90 days. The judge added that preliminary investigation conducted thus far reveals that the bank accounts are linked to persons who take advantage of the virtual cryptocurrency exchange platforms to illegally manipulate the value of Naira and laundering proceeds of unlawful activities. The judge further stated that there was need to preserve the funds in the identified bank accounts pending conclusion of investigation and possible prosecution. Justice White adjourned the matter to July 23, 2024, for mention. Companies affected by the freezing order range from entities involved in agri-businesses, logistics and haulage, microfinance, banks, engineering, among others. EFCC grills 13 suspected oil thieves in Lagos. Operatives of the Lagos Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, have commenced investigation of 13 suspected oil thieves in a vessel, MTSWET Miri, handed over to the Commission by the Nigerian Navy and NSB Croft, Apapa, Lagos State. The suspects are Abu Smith Pascal Anyafulu, David Eli Buba Opanu, Chukwuma Friday Obiazi, Nye Victor and Richard Kofi. Others are Monde Aidenabon, Dele Olayemi, Boma Robinson, David George, Onos Edemefe and Suleiman Aremu. The vessel and the crew were intercepted and arrested on February 27, 2024 by officers of the Nigerian Navy for alleged illegal oil bunkering and automatic identification system (AIS) infractions. The vessel was laden with about 1,322 metric tons of substance confirmed to bear the attributes of crude oil without any document permitting her to be in possession of the substance. While receiving the crew members, vessel and product on Wednesday, April 24, 2024, Moses Awolusi, Head Extractive Industry Fraud Section, EAFS, assured the Navy that the suspects and the exhibits would be subjected to further investigations and prosecution. He also commended the Navy for its collaboration with the EFCC and the good working relationship both agencies had enjoyed over the years. The suspects will be charged to court as soon as investigations are concluded. EFCC reaffirms commitment to fight against cyber crimes. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has restated its commitment to the fight against cyber crimes, stressing that the crimes have become an organized threat and onslaught to the development of nations. This disclosure was made in Abuja on Monday, April 29, 2024 by the Executive Chairman of the EFCC, Olawale Koyede, while receiving a delegation from the International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol, that paid him a courtesy visit at the corporate headquarters of the Commission. As a matter of fact, a consultant was saying that cybercrime has assumed the third largest GDP in the world. It is a sort of crime that we should not take lightly and comes from the readiness from these countries and law enforcement agencies to collaborate, to share information in such a way that each country will take responsibility for what they are supposed to take responsibility for, he said. Olukoyede pointed out that the EFCC's operations against cybercrimes are focused, relentless and fruitful. EFCC, apart from the police, is one of the prominent specialized anti-corruption agencies in Nigeria that has demanded to investigate cybercrime, and we have been doing that. In the last few months, we have secured over 500 convictions in cybercrimes, and over the years we have had cause to collaborate with FBI, NCA and other prominent law enforcement agencies in the world in the area of combating cybercrime. We are much ready to do more and also to encourage the heads of the world to give access to information. Earlier in his presentation, leader of the delegation, Craig Jones, explained that Interpol was working as a neutral law enforcement agency with private partners across the world to detect and break criminal networks serving fraudsters. He disclosed that cybercrimes have become global security threats with massive impact. I think many countries now recognize that cybercrime is actually a national security threat to countries, and this goes hand in hand with financial crimes, because the main motivation of cybercrime normally for the criminals is that financial gain, and the impact that it makes on the countries and our communities is massive, he said. To this end, Jones explained that Interpol continued to identify countries with criminal networks in order to assist them to break such networks. He also disclosed that the Cybercrimes Convention is being negotiated with the United Nations Organization, UNO, to draw global attention and commitment to the fight against the menace. Court jails man for 12 million Naira's inheritance fraud in Maiduguri. The Maiduguri Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Wednesday, April 24, 2024, secured the conviction and sentence of one Isiaku Ibrahim before Justice Umaru Fadaro of the Borno State High Court, Maiduguri. He was arraigned on July 3, 2023, on one count charge bordering on criminal misappropriation to the tune of 12 million Nairas for personal use, to the detriment of the family members of the deceased. And the charge reads that Isiaku Ibrahim and Malam Ibrahim sometime between 2014 to 2019 at Jajere Bagua Road, Maiduguri, Borno State, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, being entrusted with dominion over certain properties belonging to Muhammad Isiaku, now deceased, to wit 1, 3 houses, 2 fenced lands, one of which had 7 shops, 3, 2 bread factories, 4, 1 open land, 5, 2 truck tankers, and 6, 1 big installed generator, valued at 12 million Nairas, 12 million Naira, only, and thereby criminally misappropriated the said amount to your personal use, to the detriment of the family members of the deceased, and therefore committed an offense contrary to Section 308 of the Penal Code Cap 102 laws of Borno State, and punishable under Section 309 of the same law. The defendant pleaded not guilty to the charge, and the matter proceeded to trial, which prompted prosecution counsel, Faruko Muhammad, who presented 6 witnesses and tendered several documents as exhibits before the court. Justice Fadaro convicted and sentenced him to 1 year imprisonment with an option of 100,000 Nairas, 100,000 Naira, fine for the offense of criminal misappropriation. Ibrahim bagged his imprisonment when he was arrested by operatives of the Maiduguri Zonal Command of the EFCC for misappropriating properties of a deceased person entrusted to his care. The properties comprised 3 houses, 2 fenced lands, one of which had 7 shops, 2 bread factories, 1 open land, 2 truck tankers, and 1 big installed generator, valued at 12 million Nairas, 12 million Naira. He was charged to court and convicted.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.